Good morning.
Good morning.
Namaskar, namaste. Do we have ladies in the room? Okay, very good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm really delighted to speak to you today. I would like to speak about the manufacturing triangle. And to tell the truth, I'm very happy to be here in India and for more than 1.5 years, because it's really exciting what we do. It's really interesting also to manage the change, what is ongoing in our manufacturing world, let me say. And before I start my presentation, I would tell you a short story. As I have been transferred from the technical function, which was a corporate research and development in Bosch internal service provider, to the manufacturing, to the production in 1998, so then almost 18 years ago or so. My former boss welcomed me and he said, Mr. Wolf, production is about a triangle. It's quality, cost, delivery. As long as you succeed within this triangle, world is okay for you. And I thought, okay, very good. It's very simple and I can manage it. Happy to be here. And within a very short time, I have learned I was wrong. A, it was not easy. And B, cost, delivery, quality, these are the results. But this is only one side of the coin. The second side of the coin are the enablers. And we have to look into the enablers, like people, like strategy, like vision, like processes, and so on, in order to succeed. And in the middle of this, we have something special, which I would like to speak to you, which makes us, in a highly competitive world, in a changing world, sustainably successful, which is excellence. So, and in our world, we have to manage change, and we have to understand these changes, and that's why I would like to start my presentation with a short video which shows you which is ahead of us. And this is not only valid for automotive business, I think it's valid for global business, and it's valid especially for our business or markets which we are in.
The world is at a crossroads. Climate change is real. Air pollution has reached threatening levels. The level of urbanization is increasing. Basic resources are scarce and scattered. Man-made environmental problems are leading us to an ecological collapse. We need to face this challenge. At the moment, we take measures and adopt new and stricter guidelines to reduce greenhouse emissions. We focus on renewable energies and intelligent storage capacities. Unlimited natural power sources enable cost-efficient hydrogen production. Synthetic e-fuels make us independent from fossil fuels. Human mobility is about to be reinvented. The use of alternative drive technologies is increasing, leading to diverse powertrain solutions and offering a new range of opportunities. Connectivity links up new players in the mobility market, and all of this is happening very fast. If we want to be a part of this change, we need to accept the challenge, understand the technological trends, and use the power of will to find a new approach. Be the chance. Be the change.
Now the question which comes up is, are we prepared for this change? Are we prepared for the bigger picture? And are we prepared to jump from the smaller fish tank into the bigger fish tank? And that's why I have divided my presentation into 3 parts. First of all, I would like to speak about the change. Where does it come from and what does it mean for our business? Second will be a little bit more focus on the 3 nodes of the triangle. Actually, the 2 nodes. 1 node I will not talk about because this would exceed the time. And then what is the solution for that? It's driving excellence on a daily basis. So now let's start with this issue, VUCA. Have you ever heard this word VUCA? So I think if you Google VUCA today, you will find thousands of hits. VUCA is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. And this is our world, and VUCA, we all live in a VUCA world, and it's not valid for tomorrow, it's valid already today. And I can remember a couple of weeks ago, I have attended a meeting with some other external companies. And we have discussed what do we need in order to succeed in our business field. And I said, okay, we need higher volumes, we need more stability, and we need higher prices. Okay, I said higher prices I will not comment due to compliance issues. But I told them, okay, I have good news for you. A, stability will never come back, and B, higher volumes, that's up to us, whether we are able to manage the VUCA world. Now, where does it come from in our business? So in here you can see volatility. Let me see some examples. Where does it come from? First is the product life cycles of our products are being shortened or are shortening dramatically. In our Bangalore plant, we have producing for more than 80 years the A-pump. The so-called A-pump, this is a component for diesel injection system for tractors as well as for off-highway applications for more than 80 years. The former plant manager in 2015, it was a German guy, an expat, he told me at his farewell party, Mr. Wolf, A-pump will never die. It will live forever. Now I have my doubts. The next generation, which we will be producing in the next couple of years, is common rail pump CP4, which is BS6 capable, and which delivers a pressure 2,000 bar and above. We will not be producing for 80 years. I'm absolutely sure, and we need to be prepared for this change. Next one, and this is an issue which we need to understand in our business. These are some local influences, and the Indian economy at least is partially depending on the monsoon, on climate. If monsoon is good, farmers buy tractors. If farmers buy tractors, our customers, they buy A-pumps from us, and then we are all successful. If monsoon is bad, we all suffer. So this we need to understand, and we need to come up with some solutions, flexibility, agility, and so on, and listening to the customers. Next point is uncertainty. Where does uncertainty come from? It comes from social behavior, new cooperation, usage of all these social networks, information, and so on, and know-how is available around the globe within milliseconds, and so on. And we need to understand it. Also, the public perception of technology is changing dramatically. And you all know what happened last year with the diesel ban in Delhi, and so on. And that's why the government has decided to leapfrog from the Bharat Stage 4, which will be introduced in April 2017, to Bharat Stage 6 within 3.5 years. In Germany, it has taken 8 years to do something. That means we just have half of the time to do it in India, and it's really a challenge, and this is also uncertainty. Next is also safety legislation on the roads, ABS. ABS for two-wheelers. We need to understand the market here, and we need to come up with affordable solutions. Next point is complexity. In the past, world was perfect. We have produced hydraulic components and sensors. Customers have mounted it, and everything was okay. In future, we need to understand that many of these functions will be supported, or additional functions will come to that by software. And at the time being, 20 billion devices worldwide are connected. That means 3 times the population of the world is connected via the IoT, the Internet of Things and Services. And in 2020, we expect 50 billion devices to be connected. So in this case, it means people talk to machines, machines talk to people. That's a conventional way, but also machines talk to machines. So, and here we need to understand that this increases the complexity of our business, of our products, of our production lines as well. Ambiguity, last but not least. So now, I was invited sometimes this year, or many times, as a speaker for some smart manufacturing conferences in India. And many people told or stated, okay, now we are really concerned because higher automation, smart manufacturing will lead to job losses, to a higher unemployment. And the ambiguity is yes and no. This will lead to less unskilled or low-skilled jobs, but the need, a higher need, or very high need in future for high-skilled jobs. So it means it's up to us whether this will lead to higher competitiveness and to higher employment or to less employment. And this is the VUCA world which we live in. Now, what does it mean for our manufacturing triangle? And here, this is the manufacturing triangle consisting of quality, cost, delivery. Deliberately, the order is first quality, quality first, then cost, delivery, and delivery. And in the middle of that, you have excellence, and excellence, functional excellence, operational excellence is the key to success, for sustainable success in our business. So now, I would like to share you also some Bosch views. I know that not each and everything what I will show you is, let me say, you can copy and paste. But I think I would be happy if you could take some of these hints, of these comments and so on, these approaches, in order to implement it also in your business fields and in your factories. Now, let's go first to quality. Quality is the most decisive factor for sustainable success and competitiveness. And the quality perception of our customers and of the public has changed dramatically in the last couple of years. In the past, we have been talking about affordable quality and acceptable quality. That's still valid today. But what does it mean, acceptable quality? This means 0 defects. So, and perhaps some of you flew in the last couple of days or weeks, Indigo or whatever, and perhaps you have heard an announcement before the flight has launched, and so on. They said, okay, if you are equipped with a mobile phone of this and this brand, please switch it off. Or some of these airliners or let me say aircraft or companies, they have even permitted to take or prohibited to take these mobile phones with you. So this is a perception of quality, and it develops very, very rapidly. And you see it here. Present quality is future business, and quality is a key element in defining long-term relationship with supplier and so on in business. So now, almost 1 year ago, we had a discussion internally. We have caused, unfortunately, a quality incident at one of our customers. And one of our quality guys, he went to the customer and said, dear customer, okay, but we deliver low cost, and that's why that's low quality. And we need to get rid of this mindset. So I told this guy, okay, next time when you state something like this, you have really a huge trouble with me. So we need to understand that poor quality means high costs. The cost of only one single incident, which we cause at the customer, is a 6-digit rupee value, just for bureaucracy and all to deal with all this, let me say, reportings and so on, without considering any recalls from the field and so on. That means it's very important to say this is no more valid. Poor quality is high cost, and good quality is low cost. And now you can argue and say, but I have to implement a lot of firewalls, of additional checks, and so on. And you're right. If this is the quality understanding, then we must be aware, yes, quality is costly. So, but it's wrong. Then we test quality or we check quality and we don't produce quality. The understanding must be we need to look into our processes and to have robust processes and stable and robust product designs. And this is a much more, let me say, difficult task. That's why it's very important here to convey this message into the entire organization. And look, one of my favorite questions when I go to one of my 18 manufacturing plants here in India is, please, and you do some open house sessions, and I ask, okay, please, all the quality guys here in this room, please raise your hand. And then almost 50-60% of the people that raise their hands, and I said, now I'm disappointed, because everyone in the organization is a quality guy. Everyone is responsible for quality, from the security guards to the shop floor people, to the plant management, to the controllers. Everyone is responsible for quality. And this shows very impressively, what does it mean? Catch the problems as long as they are still small. A quality complaint or problem at a supplier costs 100 rupees. So in our assembly line, it costs 15,000 rupees or more. At the customer, and I'm talking, for example, in the automotive business, it costs 150,000 rupees. In the field, 2 million rupees and more. So that means it's a very good idea to do it proactively and preventively. And I'm not talking just about firewalls and something like this. Now, let's come how we do it. So the first is mindset quality. We have looked into that. We say, okay, we need a systematic approach. We need the right tools like Six Sigma, Shine, and so on and so on. But we need the right mindset. So, and we have figured out that 70% of all our quality complaints are, and if you ask 10 times why, the managerial root cause, are caused by misbehavior and a lack, or let me say, missing mindset towards quality in our teams. But more than 70% of our measures are or countermeasures are containment actions, like visual check, or let me say, technical measures. There is a mismatch, and we have to understand it. And that's why we have launched a quality mindset campaign to say, what do we want to have? We need to have people who are crazy about quality. We need a commitment. We need management attention. We want to have ownership of each and everyone for quality. Communication is important, and a customer-centric culture in our organization. Then we said, okay, we have rolled it out, and we want to have zero defect drive at Bosch. And I have promised each value stream manager, each product at Bosch, okay, if you succeed next year for 6 consecutive months, 0 defects at the customers, really 0 defects, then the entire team will get invited for vegetarian lunch or vegetarian dinner. So next point, I think it's not readable, but this shows something which we have also launched, the so-called 14 quality basics. We said, okay, we have launched this mindset campaign. We have launched this point, let me say, this systematic approaches like Six Sigma and so on. But we need something else. We need to tell our shop floor people, not only shop floor people, what do we understand as quality and what are those quality basics. Dealing with dropped parts, dealing with check the checker for Pokayoka solutions, and so on and so on. And this we have rolled out last year, and we have started from the top, because quality is nothing which goes bottom up, it goes top down. Already, or even some customers have visited us, said, okay, that's really great what you do, please, can you, let me say, tell us how you do it and so on, and share this with us. And if someone's interested here, you can also contact our organization and so on. And we are also about to roll it out to our suppliers. So that's quality. And now I come to cost, but both are, let me see, connected cost. And cost is, and you can see it here, about 5, let me say, main points. The first is, and it is based on this example, BS4, BS6. The first is innovation. But I've had it here one small word, which is cost innovation. Affordability in our market plays a huge role. Take, for example, BS4 to BS6 for 3-wheelers. So that means at the time being, we think that now the exhaust gas legislation forces us to implement for 3-wheelers a high-end exhaust gas treatment system and a supercharger. So this would increase the cost for a low-price vehicle dramatically. It could wipe out these companies from the market. So that means it's our responsibility as system supplier, as problem solver or solution provider, to find the affordable solution which is beneficial for these customers here to stay successful or keep their success in the market. Smart automation, I will come to that. Smart automation. We have launched these activities already a couple of years ago, and we are pretty successful here. And if we think only by manual operated lines, this is our future in India, then we are wrong. We need also a kind of a smart, affordable innovation, automation, and I can tell you the first, let me say, the first results which we see are very promising here, and this helps us to improve our competitiveness. Quality I've already mentioned. Flexibility of manpower. In the VUCA world, we need also to have flexible manpower. And I'm not talking about only the engineers. I'm talking about shop floor people and so on, and we need to provide sufficient training for them, and it has something to do with also competency management for the future, so that they are able to work at different product lines and very easily. So, and therefore, we need some new approaches to provide the right training for these people. Now, automation. We are talking about robots, and this I have read a couple of days ago in the Bangalore Mirror, or the Times of India in Bangalore. China has 27 times more robots in use than India. So that shows we must not be concerned of automation and robotics in India. But look at this here. So productivity growth, GDP per worker, is 2 to 3 times higher than in India per year. So China has 4 times higher labor cost per hour than India, but the productivity improvement is much quicker than in India. And we have to close the gap. And you show what it means. So India has an industry share 13%, stagnant the last couple of years. And now China has 30%. And if we want to improve and increase our export share, make in India, no? This campaign, and to make India also a manufacturing hub for the world, like China is, then we need to improve our competitiveness by improving quality and productivity. And we as Bosch, we fully support it. Now, here you can see some examples from Bosch. The first is Industry 4.0. That means connected industry. We have launched last year a project, or a project team. And this year we have launched 96 projects in each of our plants here to develop and to use connected industry. So smart automation, what you can see is a robot here. This robot is unique. You will not find anything else in the world, because usually the robots, what you have perhaps in your production, they are not allowed to interact with people because due to safety reasons. This robot is equipped with a sensor skin. It can work very easily without any fear, any safety risk, and so on, with people. And in future, we will have 2-arm robots and so on with very smart and intelligent solutions so that robots can collaborate without any safety risk with people. And last but not least, and this is really an area for improvement where we can gain a lot of benefit, is MTM and ergonomics. And ergonomics is not only just for fun or so that our shop floor people, they have a better life. Ergonomics, it's money. And in one of my plants, of our Bosch plants here, located in Tamil Nadu, we have launched, or we have improved one of the lines as a pilot by ergonomics and by MTM, and we could reduce the cycle time by 30% without a higher workload for people. Just using this, and the number of experts we have for MTM and ergonomics in the Indian market is really very, very limited. And we at Bosch, we have identified this as one of our areas for improvement, and we are about now to build up this excellence also in our organization. I would like to show you also just a short video sequence, what we do, some examples. You will see some examples regarding quality, productivity, how do we use connected industry. You will see also something about energy management. It's not directly linked to productivity, but it's linked to costs.
Bosch is the world's largest supplier of automobile components with 70.6 billion euros sales revenues in 2015. The company is around 130 years old and employs more than 370,000 associates. Bosch in India is the largest R&D facility within the Bosch Group outside Germany. It consists of 18 manufacturing plants, 30,000 associates and more than 4,000 sales outlets. With 9 companies under one group, Bosch in India exists for more than 65 years. The power of Industry 4.0 is now becoming real, and Bosch in India is uniquely prepared to make the vision of smart factory into reality.
In this plant, we manufacture common rail pumps, rail, glow plugs, and preparing for new generation diesel products.
The BPS Vision 2018 with Industry 4.0 solutions connect source, make and deliver. In logistics, the parts are already moving with Kanban cards enabled with RFID. In Make Loop, quick guided maintenance is implemented, which helps associates react faster and keep the technical losses at a minimum. Spindle monitoring in Grob machine, first pass yield in selective assembly by real-time communication between plunger and barrel manufacturing units. Early warning system is put to use to reduce rejections. The layout shows the status of stations based on quality data captured in real time. For example, in station 205.2, the status is red as the rejections are out of set limits, and in turn, the assembly line stops. The associate receives an SMS and takes an appropriate action to restart the machine. The system is programmed to update the next level of management when the defect count crosses second limit. The station-wise first pass yield can be visualized as well to the daily, monthly and yearly trend.
With the implementation of Industry 4.0 solutions, the benefits realized are data transparency, improvement in productivity and reduction in customer complaints.
Energy management is one of the focus areas in the journey of Industry 4.0. One of the plants in India at Nasik has implemented energy management system and solar energy system. This has resulted into saving of 4.2 million euros in the last 4 years. The energy management solution at Chakan plant gives energy consumption at component level, machine level, the line and then the department level.
The energy management solution can be extended as one of the modules of MES and is targeted to reduce the energy consumption at Chakan plant by more than 5%.
We have taken the first pass yield improvement project, that is the intelligent network between MS setting in mid-series line and STARM overchecking in calibration using data analytics under the umbrella of Industry 4.0 at Jaipur plant. The add-on which is set up at the assembly line gives a predictive value of the MS setting for a particular type based on the correlation between the MS and STARM. It also captures the real-time MS values for the pumps which are coming from assembly.
With the implementation of quality improvement solution, the first pass yield of the calibration area was improved from 96.2% to 97.2%, leading to the reduction of 1 manpower from the repair area. Also, the associates from the assembly line are proactively taking feedback for MS settings from the calibration area, leading to further enhancement of their relationships. Bosch in India, with its cost-effective and innovative solutions, helps in adoption of key performance indicators.
So all these solutions, what you have seen, are real, implemented in the plants, and many of the solutions have been developed in India, for India, and I cannot avoid to say that I'm really proud of this team that they have done it. Now let's go to excellence, which is in the middle of that, and let's speak a couple of minutes about excellence. Now, we are talking about standards. If we want to go for excellence and to improve the competitiveness, we need to discuss about standards. I don't want to go very much into details of this slide, but just one hint. A couple of years ago, as I have heard first time this Toyota production system and so in the Toyota mindset, problems are welcome, I thought, these Toyota guys, they live on a different planet. Because for me, I don't like problems. And then I got to know, their understanding is totally different. They create the problems. They say, okay, we are at the time being at the original state. We want to improve this process, and this is a new standard, and we want to have it sustainably so that we have it standardized, and this is a new situation. And the delta between this target state and the original state, that's the problem. So that's why problems are welcome. So, and we have now introduced it, or we at Bosch, we think about the extension of this statement. Not problems are welcome, yes, but problem solvers are welcome. And we want to have each single employee at Bosch as a problem solver using standards. Now, I would like to show you a short video sequence again, which I like very much. This shows the power of continuous improvement and the power of standards, but it's not from industry.
But Holland comes in for a pit stop. Time to refuel and change tires.
Can you see some standards
Lumore
there?
himself changes the tires.
Teamwork.
Only 4 crew members, including the driver, are allowed to work on the car. It's a tense time.
No
Holland
appropriate
stays in
tools.
his seat, anxious to get away. Let's watch.
Not everyone is fully loaded. Well-defined processes, question mark. clarity, transparency of the process.
The tires are changed at last. A crewman polishes the windshield as Holland moves away just 67 seconds after he stopped.
Just 67 seconds. Now watch the next. Some years later. Well-trained team, well-prepared, standards implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the power of improvement of standards. Was this a disruptive improvement? No. It was evolution. Every year they have improved it. And today, 60 seconds, it's a no-go in Formula One. No? And the pit stop this time could be decisive, winning or losing the race. So now, what can we do? And we have at Bosch implemented the so-called stairway to excellence. So what we have, huge amount of data. I've recently looked into that. During the production of one single common rail pump, we produce so many data that we need for one pump 40 pages of paper. What are we doing with this data? Because data only by itself, they don't have any money. By semantics, we try to create information. And we have a huge amount of information, but information is not really helpful if we don't convert it by cross-linking into know-how. Know-how needs to be practiced, and this leads to proficiency of our people and of our teams. You see here, everything is about proficiency. We need to have professionals and so on, and we need not only to improve competencies or knowledge in our organization, but proficiency. And now, by motivation, we come to action. No? Only if we translated this know-how into action, then it will be successful. From action, if we are clear, we have standardized it, and we act correctly, then it comes to competence. And competence by itself is not yet unique, but if we come to unique understanding and unique company culture, a unique lean culture, then it comes to excellence. And colleagues, by the way, do we have some commercial colleagues here? No, only manufacturing, technical, okay. Anyway, there is a misunderstanding if we are talking about lean tools, like lean manufacturing, like lean culture. Many people understand or misunderstand the lean culture. That means running our business with a minimum number of people. That's wrong. Lean culture means to implement a culture of daily improvements. Every day, at least one improvement. And here you can see that. And this leads to excellence and to uniqueness. So now, what's the Bosch approach? How to drive it? What is important? What are the biggest barriers or obstacles at the time being? Let's say the Bosch India approach. We need to get rid of the silo thinking. We need to collaborate in a connected world. Our IT guys have to talk to the manufacturing guys have to talk to the quality guys, and everyone has to talk perhaps in a systematic way to the customer, or at least to listen to the customer, and so on. That means this requires new styles of collaboration, and we call it as Bosch the so-called matrix structure. Next point is reinventing the wheel, copy with pride. We need also to copy and paste whatever we can learn. And here you see learn from others, but I would like also to add here not only learning, but also unlearn. We have to learn something, a lot of things we have to learn, but we have also to get rid of some attitudes. And last but not least, copy with pride and so on. This is something which we really can use to copy, to learn from our IPN, International Production Network, from other organizations which we can implement. So this leads me to my last slide, to the summary. So first, each node of this triangle is interlinked. By the way, if you asked yourself now why I haven't touched this issue delivery, I could have spoken about the Bosch production system, about leveling, about Kanban systems, about pull leveling, and so on. But therefore, I think I need an entire evening for that. It's not possible to explain the system within 5 minutes. But each node of the triangle is interlinked. There is no good quality without cost. There are no good costs without good quality, and delivery is highly depending also on cost and delivery and so on. And in the middle of that, we have excellence. Agility, innovation, cost innovation, and excellence are the main enablers. And this supports the manufacturing triangle in the VUCA world. We need a mixture mixture of evolution and revolution. Only by innovation itself, we don't add value to our organizations. The need of today is, or need of the hour is connect people to people, connect people to machines, to connect machines to machines, and so on. Copy and co-create, working together, new styles of collaboration, and last but not least, in future, we need in our entire teams a totally different set of competencies. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to me, and I think we have some time for questions. Thank you so much.